Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to week 2 of our Switch series on emotions. If you weren't here last week, my name is Dugan, and I am the host of what we're calling the Switch Experience. Here's the basic gist of it, is that instead of you sitting there and hearing somebody talk for like 10 or 15 minutes, you actually get to get in on the action, participating in the video as it goes along. So sometimes we'll have you, make a lot of noise as a crowd and respond and shout stuff out. In fact, let's try this right now. Okay, here, everybody watching the video, all at once, I need you to make as much noise as you can, clap, cheer, whistle, whatever you want to do. Ready? On your mark, get set, go. Nice. Very nice. I can't hear you, but I'm pretty sure you did it. That was awesome. Well done. And then other times during the video, we're actually going to have you discuss and turn to your friends and talk about stuff. Let's try that. Okay, so everybody turn to 2 or 3 people around you and tell them the favorite food that you had today was. Okay, favorite food you've had today. You have 30 seconds. Ready? On your mark, get set, go. It's good. Keep going. Somebody say garlic? That's terrible. You won't be kissing anybody ever. Lucky Charms. Me too. I had some this morning. That's my favorite, actually. Well done. Beef jerky? Wish I had some beef jerky right now. Okay, a few more seconds. 10 seconds. Keep going. Somebody you don't know. Find somebody you don't know. Tell them your favorite food you had today. Well done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Okay, bring it back in, guys. Hello, guys? Hello, guys? You guys still out there? Hello? Come back to me. Okay, there you go. Thank you. Welcome back. Okay, well, to start out this week's Switch experience, I have one question that I want to ask you, and that's this. How are you feeling today? And now, I mean, really. I know you get asked that a bunch of times a day, but really, if you were to stop and think about it, what emotions are you feeling right now? Well, if you're having some trouble describing them, maybe seeing a few emotions would give you some help. Check it out. We're live now? Oh, hey, what's up, guys? It was face yoga. Really good for the muscles and good cardio workout. Anyway, if you were with us last week, we talked about what emotions are, where they come from, that sort of thing. But this week, we're going to spend some time thinking about our own emotions. Can specific events and people make us more likely to feel one way or another? And when we feel these emotions, how can they be helpful to us? Because as you know, not everybody can find ways to make their emotions useful.
Alex, I didn't invite you over here just to have tea with me.
You didn't?
No, you're my little brother and I love you. And I have great news. Paul and I are pregnant.
Oh, there goes another $20 around Christmas time, I guess, huh?
What?
Unbelievable. You're gonna get morning sickness. Your feet are gonna get all swollen. Blech.
I thought you'd be happy for us.
You call me predictable? Hey, Jeff, what's up? Are you kidding me? Did you get 3 stars? Unbelievable, we gotta celebrate. I'm coming over. This is the best news I've heard all day, pal. Sorry, sis. Jeff just got 3 stars in the last level of Angry Birds. Are you kidding me? I gotta go. Good talking to you, though. Kalu Kalay!
Man, that guy's got issues with a capital S. Am I right? What? Are you sure? Issues. Well, whatever. Anyway, the thing is, it's not that his emotions are bad. They just don't make sense with what's going on. I mean, a guy like that is funny to us because we're, used to the connection being between something that happens and the emotion that it triggers. Sometimes something can happen that can make us feel really, really sad. And then something else might happen that makes us feel really, really happy. But those can be different for different people. So it's quiz time again. It's time for you to take a look at different situations and the different emotions that they might trigger in you. Like we talked about last week, emotions can change from one second to another based on what you're experiencing. I know for me, one way my emotion or mood changes really quickly is when I go from listening from one type of music to another type of music. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have you close your eyes. Seriously, close your eyes, quit watching me, close your eyes. You're gonna hear a couple different songs played back to back, and what I want you to do is pay attention to how you feel when each song is played and how quickly you go from feeling one thing to another. In pretty much every city and town throughout the entire world, they all have one thing in common: street signs. Now, if you're in a different country, the sign might look a little bit different, or the words might be a little bit different. But if everybody knows what the signs mean and pay attention to them, then everything works out pretty much okay, right? But what happens when somebody doesn't pay attention to them? Yeah, an accident can usually happen. I mean, we have these signs to learn what they mean and pay attention to them because ultimately we know that they're there for our protection. But what would happen if we didn't have those signs? I mean, how would you know if there was a dangerous intersection coming up or a crazy sharp turn? You wouldn't. You mean you just have to kind of look around and sort of take a wild guess and hope that you're right? That sounds pretty scary, right? And I don't know about you, but I'm thankful that we have these street signs. Thankful that we can find out what they mean and pay attention to them. And you know, these street signs can actually be kind of a cool metaphor for our emotions. You know, as we go through life, our brain is sort of taking in everything around us, and then it sends us signals or signs when an emotion might be coming. So, you know, your heart starts beating like crazy fast and you sense there might be danger around. Your eyes just well up with tears and it might be a sign to you that something sad is going on. And it always doesn't have to be negative either. You know, you might feel like a surge of excitement and energy and know that something crazy is about to happen, that you might need to take action or take a risk. Now, the difficulty here is that unlike street signs, sometimes we're not really good at understanding what exactly our emotions are or what our emotions are trying to tell us. You know, for example, sometimes you might be around somebody that you just really don't like, really annoys you. You know, maybe you think they're super arrogant and you feel this emotion of anger and you find yourself thinking, man, this guy's a jerk. But the truth is, if you were to pay attention to that emotion, that might be telling you something different. Like maybe there's actually an insecurity inside of you. Like maybe you think this person's, you know, better looking than you or funnier than you or has more friends. So what's happening is you're interpreting this emotion of anger saying, oh, this is a bad person, but that's actually not true. If you really take time and pay attention to it, that emotion is telling you that there's actually an issue inside of you, a personal thing that you need to deal with. You know, it's funny, when you're 16, they give you a test to help you identify all the street signs. In fact, sometimes they take the words out of the signs and you have to identify them just based on their shape. So you pass that and then a driver's test and they hand you a driver's license. But when you're 16 or in junior high or high school, nobody ever gives you a test to help you identify your emotions and what those emotions are trying to tell you. Now, the truth is, emotions are complex and tricky to understand sometimes, but imagine how much better life would be if we just got serious about practicing to recognize what our emotions are, and more than that, what our emotions are trying to tell us. So how do we get better at recognizing our emotions and learning what those emotions mean? Well, the best way that I know how is to just stop and think, how am I feeling right now? You know, our lives are so busy. It can be so easy to just fly through an entire day and never stop and just consciously think, what am I feeling right now? In the Bible, there's a letter written by one of Jesus' followers named Peter to a group of his friends. And in this letter, he's giving them advice about their relationship with God. And one of the things he says, give all your worries and cares to God because He cares for you. We saw last week how God has emotions too. And in this verse, Peter's trying to remind his friends that because God has emotions and cares for us, we can feel free to bring our emotions and what we care about to Him. And what better place to start with our emotions than identifying them and then talking to God about them? This is a journal. And it's really just a blank book that people sometimes use to write down their thoughts or feelings. Some people call their journal a diary, but they're really similar. Opening up one of these and simply trying to capture what you're feeling and why can be one of the greatest tools you will ever find to helping you getting better at recognizing the emotions you feel and figuring out what those emotions mean for you. And if you have a relationship with God or you're trying to start one, writing down your thoughts and feelings in the form of a letter to God can be incredibly helpful. Not only will it help you identify what you're feeling, but it'll also remind you that God cares about what you're feeling. And God wants you to share what you're feeling with Him. You know, the truth is, you don't even need a journal. Sometimes you just might need a piece of paper and a pen. So instead of me telling you how great it is, why don't you give it a shot? In fact, right now, pull out the piece of paper that you wrote down your music playlist on, and right below your playlist, I just want you to write down why you think you chose those songs. You know, what emotions are you feeling today? Just go ahead and list them out. Then, Just take a few guesses as to what those emotions might be trying to tell you. Don't worry right now about trying to figure out what to do with your emotions or how to change any of them. For right now, just practice reading the signs and exploring what they mean. And then I just want you to write a short letter to God, basically just telling Him how you feel and asking Him to help you get better at identifying your feelings and what they mean. We're going to give you about 5 minutes to do that right now. We'll see you next week.